What is up, guys? Smooth here, back with another Minecraft video, and today I have something very special. It's something I've been working on for months and months. And for those of you that have been watching my channel for a while, you might be familiar with what I'm talking about, although it's going to look much different than it has in the past. This is my Tree of Light Minecraft map, and it's the one that I've been working on, I want to say, for 8 months now. I did take a small break while I got back to 07, but I've been working on it really hard, and the progress has been immense. I'm trying to release it as soon as possible. I've been legitimately putting in like 10+ hour days just working on this thing hardcore. So I want to show you guys my progress. I do have an old progress video, so I'll refer to that here and there. But yeah, I just want to give you guys a general gist of everything that's done. Now you'll see this castle over here is the new spawn point. Let me just quickly change my render settings a little bit. I am using Optifine, as you guys can see. You guys tell me to use Optifine because I have, because I lag a little bit. But I mean, it's just my computer. I have a really terrible clock speed. But yeah, this is the new spawn point. Before I had just a little tower. I wanted to make that better, and by better, I wanted it to be a lot better. I wanted people to just start off the game and say, you know, this is sexy, but not like kind of sexy. I wanted to be like, Smooth, you hitting that? And I'll be like, hell yeah, I'm hitting that. And yeah, so I'm hitting this. Anyway, I haven't done the inside yet, but I pretty much got the general shape of the outside. I wanted to kind of not make it like a dull castle. You can see I gave it like a lot of texture, some hidden lighting, just like a lot of things, like some fence posts on the side, and it looks awesome with this texture pack. Came out amazing. And I did this pretty fast, actually. I'm probably going to get rid of all this back thing over here. It's no real point for it. But yeah, this spawn point looks a lot better. I also took out that platform on the side that had all the rules. I'm going to be putting the rules right over here or maybe downstairs. So basically, you spawn right here, you could see it right away, and then just get right back to business. So we get over here, and this is basically going to lead us down to the tree. I had some lighting fixtures over here. These look pretty cool. Basically just like street lamp sort of things. Again, the sword design, I had that in my last video. And let's get over to the tree. One thing that I haven't done on the tree yet that I'm in the process of doing is making it look a little more natural. You see the tree looks like, it looks very obvious that I used MC Edit. Like you see everything looks like a bunch of balls, literally. So yeah, I want to make it look a little smoother, kind of make it look a little more natural. And yeah, I'm going to get to that soon. I remember I've had a couple of people beta test this, and somebody said this looks like, well, yeah, you guys know what it looks like. Alright, anyway, guys, I'm going to go inside the tree, show you guys some more of the stuff that I've made. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, because I do want to leave some for my next developer blog, commentary, whatever you want to call this. And, yeah, I don't want to give it to you all at once. So, when I get in here, you'll see that things have changed up quite a bit. This is the only one where I put, like, vines and stuff in it to kind of give it that thing. I haven't done it to the rest, but I will very soon. And the first thing that I have changed, actually, is I don't have the lever system in the middle here anymore. You'll see, I just left this here to show you guys. This was how it worked before. Lever 1 would be here, so you would turn this and it would open that door. And again, for those of you that haven't seen this map before, it's basically, you want to go through each room and get the levers. So I already put all the levers here just to make it easier. And I have a new system for how everything is done. By the way, the doors were also redone, so they look pretty nice now. And I also made a 3x3 piston door. Now this took a lot of redstone. You see, it's pretty badass how it opens and it closes. So let me just close it for you quickly. This took it took a lot of work to figure this out because I made it extremely compact. And yeah, it doesn't take much space at all. But again, I showed you that. Watch the first video if you want to see what that looks like. Another thing that I did recently was that I made the levers so you have to have opened the previous door to open up the next one. So let's quickly, I'll close this one, so let's pretend that this lever didn't exist, and you'll see that that will close this door. So basically you won't be able to cheat. Like you can't start at stage 6 instead of stage 1, and I listed all of them over here. So this is stage 1. So let's go to stage 2. Let me make sure I open this door so we can get to the next one. And again, I did show you guys this one, but I'm going to show you a little bit more. Stage 2 is the water temple. So again, the themed door, so we got blue because it's a water temple. Let's go inside. Again, this is probably one of my favorite ones as far as how it looks. I think this came out really attractive. This is as far as I showed you guys last time, but this time I want to show you a little bit further. So this is basically the maze that you would come into when you start the map, and you'll see that it's basically just kind of like a little parkour maze, similar to the first room. So you would just come over here, and again, I have a bunch of zombies that spawn out of here, so you have those pressure plates. A ton of zombies will spawn here. Give you a little bit of a run for your money, and then you'd want to hop over here, and I missed the jump. Great. And I got like some ladders over there in case you missed the jump. But anyway, you basically just want to parkour through all this stuff over here. You see, it just looks really cool. Eventually you want to get to you're gonna hop around over here, hop through this thing over here, back around again, and it's gonna take you inside the tree. Now I'm not gonna show you guys exactly what happens after that. Eventually you'll get inside this little checkpoint slash house thing over here. And yeah, I'm going to leave that for you guys that play the map because I don't want to spoil too much. But I'll show you guys the next room. And again, the next room is the one I gave you a little bit of a preview in the last one. But I'm going to show you it in a lot more detail. So let's get into stage 3. And I have quite a bit shown this map because the progress, again, I've made quite a bit. I've been working on this thing like crazy. So stage 3 is called Skeletal Sands again. So again, this is kind of the same concept. This looks a little bit more mechanical. More clean cut. Like I took out all the root stuff, like all the tree stuff, and this basically is the color of a skeleton. So let's go inside. So the way this works over here is you have soul sand over here, which will slow you down. You'll see when I walk on it, it makes me walk a little bit slower. And I'm gonna have I took out. I'm talking way too fast. I took out all the monsters for now because I have to put in some code with MC Edit and some other programs so that way the monsters don't despawn when you leave. So basically you're going to have skeletons on all these platforms over here and you're going to be walking through all this soul sand, excuse me. So as you go through something like this, you'll be being shot at by tons of skeletons. I've actually had this test out by quite a few people like KK Comics, Gizzy Gaza. They said this was the hardest thing that they tested so far, and it's quite challenging actually. I'm going to put lava down below. So if you do fall, you're basically dead. I also have a respawn point over there, so so it makes it a little bit easier, so you don't have to run so much. But you're gonna have little hidey holes over here, so you can go over here, and you'll be safe from any attacks for a couple seconds. And you would go down a little bit further, go further through the map. Again, you're gonna be attacked by all sides, arrows just flying at you nonstop. One thing that will work to your advantage is that sometimes skeletons shoot each other, so they will be distracted from you. And again, I have a couple hidey holes over here, so you'd stay right here to regenerate health or just prevent taking damage. Go around here. A little bit lower, and I'm lagging. Not lagging, I'm stuck. Alright, so you go down here, back around again. You're going to be taking damage at this point, so here you're safe, but your health might be a little bit of an issue. Go through here, go through the middle of the tree, get a little bit further, and then this is kind of the point where you have to make a semi-dangerous jump, so you're being slowed by the soul sand. You have to make this jump, and I missed it. Again, parkour isn't my greatest thing, but it's a doable jump. I'm just not playing too well today. This is just here as a marker for how high the lava levels would be. So I just put this here as a reference, but I'm going to be putting in the lava a little bit later. You got some skeletons over here. This part's really dangerous, so you can choose to hide in this hole here and get shot by a skeleton and not fall off, or you can go over here, try to make it a little bit quicker and get across. So it's up to you. Kind of gave some people some options. Get through here, in here. You have this bridge over here. This is a little bit deadly. This is kind of where it all peaks. And then you jump here. This is probably the hardest jump. You probably wouldn't want to do it from over here. This was really challenging to make. I did make it that time, but you probably would want to jump on top of the stone block than to get to here. Definitely a lot easier. And here it's basically just a slow run. You'd want to hop a little bit to give yourself some momentum. Got some more skeletons over there and there, etc. And you finally want to finish off in here where the lever will be. So yeah, this one's a lot of fun. Pretty hard, but I wanted to make it hard enough, but I mean easy but hard enough at the same time. So let's get to the next level. Alright, and the next one is the ice maze. This one took such a long time. I did live stream some of me making this, but yeah. So we get in here, and one of the reasons why this was so confusing is you can see how dark it is. If I put a torch down or any sort of lighting device, it will melt all the ice, which became a real pain in the ass. It kind of created a lot of design issues. One thing that I could have done was put redstone torches down, which I think if they're at least one block away, they won't melt anything. But I felt that made the map look kind of ugly, and as you guys know, I wanted this map to look as attractive as possible. So I put these two chests out here, over here, and they basically have invisibility potions inside of them. So you do, not invisibility potions, but rather night vision potions, and you'd want to use them to navigate this entire thing. So you'll have a ton of them. They'll basically be in abundance. So let me just get a couple here quickly. Night vision. Alright, so we got that. So let's use this quickly. Good, now we can see everything. So again, this now it actually looks like what it's supposed to look like. So it's an ice maze. You get through here, and you'll see we have two doors, left and right. So let's just go to the right ones to kind of show you guys what you're going to get into. And again, you have more of the maze. So you have to go through each of these doors, kind of guess where you want to go. And I don't want to spoil the maze for you, so This is just one part, so I'm going to pause it, quickly go through the maze, and I'll show you the next part of the maze. So wait right here. So once you finish through that part of the maze, you'll come out of this little hole over here, and you'll see this house. Again, I like this house. I like the way this house looks. Cute little thing. It's basically a checkpoint, because if you die in this next area for whatever reason, you probably wouldn't want to respawn all the way back and go through that maze. So again, just a little thing over here, nice little map, cute little design over here. And yeah, just 8 beds for in case up to 8 players decide to join the map. And yeah, so the next maze is right over here. Got this nice little thing here. And you'll see it's basically a ton of doors. Now, the way this maze works is that you have iron doors here, and there's no pressure plate here or anything, so you can't open these doors. But you do have wooden doors here, so you can open these. So as you go through, you have to basically navigate through them, try to find them. I would keep these closed to make it a little more confusing, because it's actually very hard to see what door is coming up next if it's iron or a wooden door. And yeah, you're basically just going to fly through it. You have to get to the lever all the way at the end over there, and that will be how you get to the end of this maze. Now I'm going to go to the next part, so I'm going to pause it again quickly here. Alright, so we're going to be going into the next room, and that is stage 5, and this is Haunted Desert. Now, I basically just did the outline for this. I don't have the final version. Again, this isn't the final save of everything that I have. It's basically a desert over here, and there's going to be a bunch of witches and zombies everywhere, which is why it's called Haunted Desert. And you're going to have all these little houses over here. And basically there's a custom MC edit filter where you can go into each of these and you can basically create a custom villager which will trade you different items. So you're going to have to go to all these different little houses and trade a bunch of items, and one final guy will have a lever. So you have to basically run through all these cactuses, which will hurt you. If you do run into these, they do cause damage. I'm in creative, so you're not going to see that at the moment. But you're going to have to go through all this and try not to die. And yeah, I'm going to have some witches in places where you wouldn't normally be able to reach. So it will create a bit of a problem for people who just try to rush through it without trying to avoid the witches. But yeah, just basically doing a lot of trading while taking damage and trying to get to the end. So very simple concept, but I've never seen it done before, so I thought this was kind of unique. And it was, you know, just a nice little interesting thing. Again, I want to have, I want a person who plays this map to feel like they're experiencing a bunch of different adventures all in one map. Now this next one here is definitely the hardest part. I'm actually concerned I might have made it too hard, and it's called, it's called Fire Chest, and you're about to see why in 2 seconds. So I have the red wall here again with the Fire Chest concept, and yeah, let's get to it. So I have a viewing tower over here. I'm stuttering like crazy today. I have a viewing tower over here, which basically will show you where you went in the map. So in case you get stuck at a certain point, you'll be able to figure it out. So before I do this, I'm going to need milk, and you'll see why in just a second. Again, milk kind of takes away any effects that you had from potions before. So let me actually do this so you can see the lighting a little bit better. Yeah, so it looks a lot better like this with the proper lighting. So you go up the viewing tower to kind of see where you're at. And there you go. You see we have this massive thing over here. And all these are basically pressure plates where they give you a different effect, and you'll want to get to the end over there. So I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of what this is going to be like and how it works. So let's go onto this pressure plate here, for example. And you can see this one gives me a jump boost. So I can jump to different areas, and let's say I jump over here. Now this one gave me blindness. So you can see I have 20 seconds of blindness. I can't see anything in front of me. And if you run too fast, you'll probably mess up. So let's go over here. And this one is also blindness, apparently. Let's hop over here. This one is jump boost, so let's go to the next one. Oops, you see I landed in the fire there. Something you want to be careful of. I actually had this whole entire thing as fire, but it kind of became annoying. Let me just drink this because you guys actually want to see the map. I had the entire thing lit with fire, the whole 3x3 area. But you can see with the particle effect, there's already a ton. If I made the entire 3x3 area for each of them covered in fire, it would basically just be smoke particles and you wouldn't be able to see much, so it kind of became a pain in the ass. Okay, let's go to this next one here. And you can see this one is nauseous, so I'm going to be just completely trashed. And this one will mess you up. Like if you try to do a jump, it's really awkward. This one is wither. So again, you're going to have a bunch of negative effects that are going to be challenging you. You can have nausea, hunger, poison. Some of them will teleport you, different jump boosts, etc. And generally, the concept is you want to get all the way to the end over here. It's pretty hard. I mean, I made it so that way you have to, you're going to have to go through it, find out which ones have the good effects, which ones have the bad effects. So you'll probably die or just get stuck. I want to say at least 10 or 20 times. It's pretty challenging. I'm going to have some, I haven't had anybody test this yet except myself. So I want to I possibly might nerf this a little bit, make it a little bit easier, because at the moment, it's really hard. Like, even for myself, I forget where I put all the pressure plates. I was like, let me just go on this one over here. You see this one is poison. So yeah, I forget where I put everything, and it's pretty tough even for me. So for a newbie who doesn't know what I did, yeah, might be too much. Alright, so now that you see I went through all that, let me just quickly show you how the door system works one more time. So you'll see that if I was to close this, it would close all the other doors. So that's a pretty cool little feature I did. I've been learning a lot about redstone while doing this whole process. So now we get to the final door. So this lever is placed right over here. Place final lever here. Final, whatever. Open this up, and we have this. And this door looks kind of badass. I wanted this door to look a little bit more intimidating, a little fancier. And you'll go over here. I did open this up because I was messing with some of the redstone for this door, but that's not relevant. So you're going to go here. You're going to climb up this ladder. And you're going to get here. Now, this lighting effect looked so awesome. It kind of makes you feel like you're going into like a really epic boss fight. So again, this is something I showed you guys last time. You over here, just takes you to the front of the tree. You'll go back in, and yeah, so we'll go over here. Now, I'm not going to show you guys actually what I have done inside there. I kind of want to save that for the next video, but there's quite a bit of progress done. It looks good. It's a lot of fun. Now, for the people that have been beta testing this map, I've had one thing that's been said almost across the board, and that this reminds them of the great Deku Tree from The Legend of Zelda. So even though I've kind of had it set in my mind that I wanted to call this the Tree of Light, I'm debating on changing it and possibly changing the tree. Now, this can be done quite easily. I could use MC Edit to change all these white birchwood blocks into like brown wood, make the tree look like the actual Deku Tree. I won't change the way I'm going to be building the map, but it'll just be nice to it would be nice to consider giving it that kind of a look, since everybody's been, literally almost everybody that said it has said it's had that feel. So something to consider. If you guys want to leave a comment about your opinion on how that looks, I would definitely appreciate it. And one more thing that I'm going to be changing, again, I've already made this functional, but it's not here yet, is that when this final door opens over here and you get to the next level, these will turn on. So you're basically going to have this diamond block is going to be pushed in with a piston. I might only have one. I'm debating on if I'm going to have 3 or not. I have only one in the future build that I did. So let's take a quick diamond block over here. And basically I'll have a piston push this in. It'll activate the beacon, which will basically, it's kind of like just like a fancy little effect. You'll see that it actually goes to the top. Over there, I do have some glass, so beacon light can actually travel through glass. And yeah, I'm going to have fireworks shooting out all over the place once you do that, so it'll be a cool little effect to kind of celebrate that you're getting to the next level of the tree. But yeah, this map should be done hopefully sooner than later. I've been really slaving away at it, trying to get stuff done. But yeah, it's starting to come along nicely. It looks really good, and it's a lot of fun. I've had about a dozen people beta test it, and they've all had positive things to say. Not just I told them to be as mean as possible. One of the reasons why I actually changed spawn was because I had one person say that they weren't the biggest fan of how spawn looked. So I ended up spending a couple hours just building that castle and just messing with it back and forth. So yeah, that's pretty much where it's at right now, guys. I hope to finish it soon, and I want to see you guys all play it. I mean, I'd love to watch Let's Plays of this. It would be, just make my day having people, play through something that I put so much effort in. So I hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys have any advice on what you'd like to see, how you want it to look, again, I'm completely open for everything. I love criticism. I want this to be as good as humanly possible. My goal before making this was to make the best map ever. Again, I don't know if I'll achieve that. There's some epic maps out there, but I've been working hard, and I want to at least try to say that I got close. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Please like the video if you found this enjoyable, and yeah, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Take it easy, guys, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.